Hey guys, Marill here, and welcome to Let's Talk episode 6. Today I thought I'd talk about my thoughts on modern shiny hunting because they kind of suck. Uh, so let's get into it. Again, this is just my opinion, my thoughts, no harm towards anyone or anyone who thinks differently, and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say down below. So let's start from the beginning. The first shiny hunting methods, well, real methods, started in Gen 4 with Poker Radar, right? Poker Radar would up your chances of finding a shiny if you could chain 240. And it was a lot easier than other things. Gen 5 didn't really have, well, I guess it didn't have any designated method, but you did have Double Grass, which could theoretically get you double the amount of encounters, twice as fast. And then in Gen 6, you had Poker Radar, you had Horde Hunting, you had Dex Nav. In Gen 7, you had SOS. Plus, those last three generations had the Shiny Charm, which could make it really easy. You also had the Friend Safari. So, Shiny Hunting was ultimately fun, it was fairly quick, and they were really good methods that were fairly engaging, that were fun. Then comes the Switch games, and the shiny hunting on the Switch hasn't been as fun. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I have mixed feelings about. I think overworld shinies are great. The shiny method worked. It just didn't work for a specific Pokemon, and I like hunting for specific Pokemon rather than just anything that's out there. And then after that, we get to Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield were pretty damn disappointing. I mean, the only thing really was Masuda method, and and it was just kind of sad that you'd had these really good shiny hunting methods for years, and you don't really have a good method to hunt in Sword and Shield. And then BDSP, obviously they have the Masuda method and the Poker Radar, but the Shiny Charm doesn't work, raising those odds. The Poker Radar doesn't work properly. It's kind of a nuisance to use. As much as I love using it, it's different and it's a nuisance to use. And it's just, why get the Shiny Charm if it doesn't work properly, even if you're just going to breed eggs? So that's kind of my thoughts on that. And then we come to Legends Arceus. Legends Arceus obviously had three now main shiny hunting methods, right? You've got complete the dex entries to raise your level, which I personally love doing. You've got mass outbreaks and massive mass outbreaks. Now, I personally am not a fan of mass outbreaks and mass outbreaks, right? In a game where you can already see 500 Pokemon an hour, there's not really a reason to have a shiny hunting method. I mean, I don't think you need a shiny hunting method. I thought the method was supposed to be, all right, complete your dex entries, then you have a higher chance of getting a shiny for that Pokemon, which made it really fun to hunt them because, you did a task, and then that task allowed you to raise your shiny chance, especially if you did them all and got the shiny charm. I feel like massive mass outbreaks, which is kind of this, they're too quick, too easy. People already have way too much of a there are people who already have a living dex, and I'm not personally a fan of it, and I don't personally use those methods. And that's why I say shiny hunting just hasn't been the same since Generation 7. I mean, sure, there are ways to get shinies faster, but they're not really fun and engaging. They're not as fun as engaging as they used to be. I mean, and they're just not as challenging. I mean, part of what I liked about the older shiny methods is most of them required some level of effort, right? Shiny charm or paying attention in some form. Like, most of them generally, I don't know, I'm going off on a tangent here, but I just don't like modern shiny hunting anymore. It's like the methods just aren't as fun to me. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the methods are bad. I'm just not personally a fan of modern shiny hunting as much. Being someone who did a lot of hunting in Gen 6 and Gen 7 growing up, it's just not as fun to me. And that's okay. I mean, like I said, these are just my thoughts, my opinions, and you're welcome to think whatever you want. And I'd love to hear what you have to say down below. So, this is Marill signing off from a very short Let's Talk episode.